Alright, welcome back to the Legend of Zelda Link to the Past. We off-screened a bit to the next area that we're supposed to go to.
I just attempted murder on the guy who runs the magic house.
What? Oh yeah, it involves murder. Anyway, we just ran over here because the next place that we gotta go to is up here, and you didn't really want to watch us walk all the way up here. And some smartass will leave a comment, I wanted to watch you walk.
Yeah, it took a whole 5 minutes.
Yeah. I wanted to watch you walk all the way up there. I wanted to see the fade. No. Anyway, up here is the Zora Territories, Zora's domain. And yeah, it's completely different from the other one. There's no giant fish who eat smaller fish and Link in this one. The Zoras also have much different design in this one.
Yeah, they're based on the original.
They look more like the Swamp Thing. Yeah, those Zora, or Zola as it was in the original Legend of Zelda.
This place has some really tricky physics, though.
Yeah, because you can't walk on... You can't swim yet because you don't... Apparently Link never took swimming lessons, so... We have to give him magical flippers which lets him swim. Which really doesn't make any sense at all. You're supposed to go all the way back. Either way, the Zoras here apparently really don't like people. People? People? Oh no! What scurvy luck! Anyway, if you get here to the big boss, Zora, he will offer to sell you flippers. Ha ha! What do you want, little man? You something to ask me? Ha ha ha! We don't just give the flippers away for free, we sell them for...
Sorry, Link, I don't give credit.
Wah ha ha! One pair of flippers coming up. And you get a free bonus that you can take the whirlpools. And that was a very bad voice I gave the Zora leader, but hey. Anyway, with the Zora's flippers, you can now swim in deep water. Anyway, you're going to want to head immediately south down this waterfall, because there's a piece of heart down here that you can get. If you follow the path and then head onto the grassy area, you can find a piece of heart just sort of chilling. Just sort of sitting around. You may have noticed it when we were heading up here. And yay. Now we can move on. Now that you can swim, you can actually access the Waterfall of Wishing, which we mentioned earlier. And as they mentioned, we can also take Zora Whirlpools, which you'll see 3 sets of them around the overworld. Most of which aren't that helpful, and there's only 1 in the Dark World, so it's kind of completely pointless. And yeah, that was a lovely bit of acrobatics Link was doing. Anyway, the Waterfall of Wishing is right here. Now, the way this works is you walk up to it, and you can throw something into it. If you throw in your boomerang, this happens. Here is the greatest great fairy, I guess. And if you answer that you did throw it in honestly, she gives you the magical boomerang, which can now throw across the entire screen. Anyway, if you wait long enough, you'll get the prompt to do it again. And this time I'm going to advise that you throw your shield into the lake. Now, normally the red shield upgrade, which you can find in a couple of stores, will cost you about 80 rupees, but if you throw it in the Mysterious Pond, you can get it for nothing. And there's one final thing you can get, which is actually completely optional, but it's kind of nice to know this, because it's very helpful, especially... you can throw your bottle in to get a free magic potion. So yeah, apologies for that little thing. Apparently our dog decided that he wants to be YouTube famous. But anyway, you get the medicine of magic for doing that, as we mentioned. Yeah, there is a whirlpool here. You can take it if you want. I believe it takes you right to Lake Hylia. Yeah, it does. Yep, in fact, it takes us right to where we wanted to go. This here is the Magic Cave. The Magic Cave is kind of awesome. If you come in here, they'll ask you a question about how many rupees you want to throw into the river for a couple of wishes. Anyway, if you throw 100 rupees in, then the Great Fairy will show up. And they give you a random little thing of luck, which is completely stupid. By the way, you may notice a bomb wall on the right there. There's a fairy fountain there. Anyway, you do have to do this for each one. Once you've done it one time, though, they change it to from 5 and 20 rupees to 25 and 50 rupees. So it doesn't take nearly as long to do this. Which is good.
And I also read that the luck you get here determines your random drops.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I never knew that. Huh. I'll have to keep that in mind. I never actually knew that. That's kind of interesting. Anyway, once you've thrown 100 rupees in, this will happen. Fairy will appear and give you an option to carry bombs and arrows. You can have up to 50 bombs and 70 arrows. Now, the reason this rocks is because you get five for each upgrade until the last one, in which case you will get 10. So basically, I don't know how many upgrades that would be. Let's see, there's 50 bombs in total, so you start off with 10, you get 5 for each one, so probably around 8 upgrades. Or something like that. Maybe 10, I don't know. But anyway, we're just going to keep doing this for a little bit because having the maximum is really nice. So we're going to pause for a little bit and we'll be back in a short while. So we'll see you guys then. Because we remembered this cave located here, and there's another one we're going to want to check out as well. In here, there's these things. You will learn to hate these things a lot. Anyway, you can kill these things in 2 ways. You can use arrows, which is the recommended way, or you can throw bombs over, which actually showcases a mechanic that you might not actually know exists in this game.
You're going to need to know exists, because 4th dungeon requires it.
It's actually easier to hit these things with the bombs, I think, because they move around a lot, but the arrows is the recommended one. Although it's kind of stupid for us to come in here now, because the guy in here gives you money. All those chests contain money. And don't talk to him either, because he gives you money.
I wish you would have
Never
told
mind.
me that.
Oh well, we wasted money. Now everybody will hate us. Palace area for one simple thing. You can get the good bee in here. But we have no empty bottles. But the good bee, if you catch it, is basically a bee that follows you around and, like, will kill enemies and join you. It's not exactly a useful item, I'd say. But it is interesting. Oh, you're gonna actually catch it? Anyway, it's just called a bee in this version, but as you can see, it's sparkling. That makes it the good bee. The good bee, I believe, if you check the inventory, it calls it the good bee. It's basically just a super bee. Yep, it's a good bee. The good bee is trained to follow you around, so basically, when you kill things, it'll come back to you. Anyway, under this rock, it's one of the pickup. There is a hidden staircase. And you can find another thief, who I'm going to assume gives you money if you talk to him. So we'll probably come back later. So,
Hold on.
Oh, wait.
Don't.
There's something else?
Because there is one more thing I'm going to do now.
Oh, okay. By the way, you gotta love the swimming controls in this game.
Ignoring this, that's another teleporter whirlpool.
Yeah, it takes you someplace else. I think all 3 of them connect to Lake Hylia.
Yep. This is back at the
Wishing Well.
Yep, Wishing Well. However, instead of going into the Wishing Well now, I'm going to swim past the little island with the heart.
Oh, I know what you're doing. You gotta go to the right.
Mm-hmm. That one you need to get to the Dark World to get.
Yep, you can't get that one until you have access to the Dark World. So, you'll see us get that later. But there is one thing we can pick up here now. Something that I actually kind of forgot about.
Yep.
Anyway, god damn it. The swimming controls in this game aren't exactly great.
You swim up to this bridge here.
And go under it, and
Somehow they can
guards
attack me despite the fact that they're on the bridge and I'm under it.
Anyway.
And there's a guy hanging out under the bridge.
Yeah, interestingly enough.
Clearly a hobo.
If you talk to him, though, he gives you something pretty good. Okay, I seem to be in heat trouble, but this can help you out. And you get a magic bottle. Anyway, we're going to go back to the wishing well and continue doing that. We might pick up the money that the thieves give too, so we'll see you guys in a little bit. So we are finally happy. Anyway, we have managed to fill up our bombs and arrows, so now we have 50 and 70. It only cost us all of our money. But we did it. And now we can proceed to the next location. Which, the next location is a little confusing, actually. You wouldn't think the... Oh, yeah, I remember where the other warp is. If that's what you're looking for.
Nope.
There are two warps connected like Hilly, and then the third one's near the water temple. Or what would be the water temple in the, Dark World. You just go south from here and then left.
Well, this goes where I need to go anyway.
Yeah, true. Anyway, if I remember correctly... The next dungeon is going to be fun for the whole family. I can't think of any, like, pieces of heart we might be missing for now. I know there's some on Death Mountain we can grab, but for now I think we're all good. Because we can't get the Lumberjack one until you beat Aghanim. But speaking of which, before you beat Aghanim, there's an enemy that only appears here and only when you lift this rock. Which is kind of interesting. When you lift the rock, there's like this little spider that drops money. He just sort of walks around and gives you random money. You don't want to kill him. He'll kill himself after a while. I don't know exactly why that guy's there.
Because it's interesting?
Anyway, Death Mountain Path is kind of annoying because it's always dark. But it's pretty easy to make your way through. You just want to always take the right path. And you meet the old man if you know where you're going the right way. Anyway, this place isn't really that hard. It's just sort of tedious. And also, I believe if you try to come in here earlier, as I said, without the power glove, like you just skipped through the dungeon, got the power glove, and then came back, I believe the old man isn't here and you can't get in. Maybe he is, because that would be kind of weird. Yeah, actually, I think you can sequence break this. I don't know if that would benefit you in any way. Anyway, here we got these weird things. I believe they're supposed to be Gorons, actually. Or at least an early version of them. They're invincible, so you can't hurt them.
And he gives you the magic mirror.
The magic mirror lets you change between the Light World and the Dark World, as you will see. And
yes,
also,
since I'm in the middle of a cutscene, I can't take damage.
And also, in dungeons, it takes you back to the start.
Anyway, he's nice enough to heal me.
And he gives you information about the Moon Pearl, which we will be getting soon. Anyway, as with the original Legend of Zelda, Death Mountain's #1 most notable danger is the rocks.
Yep. Anyway, if you went through the old man's cave, you'd come out there.
Not much of a benefit aside from avoiding the rocks for it.
There's actually a heart container if you take this path down.
Yeah, although you're probably going to want to do that after.
Well, definitely doing it now.
Anyway, up here you'll find nothing yet. I believe Tektites show up here later. I don't remember what's in here. Oh.
Mini mold worms.
You will learn to hate those enemies later on, trust us. You will learn to absolutely hate these things. It's because they move at such an erratic pattern. They're a pain in the ass to hit. Oh yeah, this leads to a fairy fountain. I don't think you can hold anymore. Oh, you lost your fairy earlier?
No, I got an extra bottle.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that. The guy under the bridge. Ah. Good mini Moldorms. Also, you gotta love how they take a complete heart of damage from you. That was lovely. Alright then. Unfortunately, now the rocks will be coming back. Anyway, over here we'll find our first example of... Oh, wait. There's something else over here. Oh, yeah, this. I don't remember what this leads to. Oh. And we're gonna have to stop for now, so we'll see you in the next part.